Welcome, everybody. I know it's been a while, but we are back with the Meatheads podcast.
Moves done. Fuck up De Niro. I got a Snyder extender clip, so who wanna play hero? Go bad shit like Ozzy. I was born in the darkness. Oh, you the wolf, so we pull up and you're harmless. So pray to
Burberry scars, stripping Perry on, living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports car.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audience.
How's everybody's father feeling today?
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
What up, G? What's up, Holmes? What's good in the hood?
What is good in the hood, everyone, and welcome to the Circle of Eight and Top Rope Wrestling Talk, episode 177, ladies and gentlemen. This is the extravaganza of debate because there's so much shit that we missed out, of course, but, you know, we had to take a week off. You know, we had to take a week off. Week off. Of course, it was Martin Luther King Day holiday, so we appreciate everybody for being here, too, as well. Of course, the host, Steve, is what I've been seeing here. Well, of course, my other host, Mi Familia. The greatest faction of all time, baby. My sangre, my blood, my all. Let me go ahead and introduce him, of course. We have the one. He is the extreme of podcasting. He is the notorious one himself. That is Notorious D.O.N.
Oh, I miss that music. Feels so good to be back, y'all. You don't know what I've been through these last few weeks. You don't know the shit I've gone through, literally. I miss y'all. I miss my family. I miss doing this. Let's fucking go.
Oh, that is right, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep running it. Keep running it.
I wish I could. Even though Matt Callis in here, but this man is still, besides, he is Don Callis, also a podcast, and that's this man too, who's right below us right here because he is, of course, the one, the Mussolini
and Kennedy. He's the fill of fucking Pepsi.
That's right. All right, Armando right there. The one and only Pepsi Phil. What is going on, Pepsi Phil?
What up?
I went down too quick.
That's right. Oh, we got the banger of a
banger podcast.
I'll play it for him. He's there. There you go.
Banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger.
That's right. Banger, baby. That's right, banger.
That is a solid chest for a middle-aged dude. Did you hear that?
It is, right? I'm like, he's a little too swole for a man his age.
I stay in shape.
Right. We stay in shape.
Stay in shape with them beers going in.
Those beers go down like water, but I stay in shape.
Oh, man. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in action. And, man, there's a lot to talk about, how Tim mentioned on the chat. And also, if you guys are watching this on Instagram Live, If you haven't subscribed to us, do it now. Go to our link tree bar right there on the bio. Click on the link tree and subscribe here. And yes, there was so much. There was a lot. There was a lot.
I've never, ever been live on Instagram. So what's up, Instagram? You finally got Psycho. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Yes, that is absolutely right. So, man.
You're right. This has been an insane. Actually, it's been insane since New Year's Eve.
Since New Year's Eve, there's been a lot of shit happening on the world of professional wrestling. Yeah. I'll tell you that. But we're gonna get into one thing that the rumors happen, but we're gonna have a lot of debate of the weeks here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna tell you that.
Oh boy,
yes, we are.
What do we got?
We have the strength to debate at this point.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I think we do have the strength to debate.
First, I think I gotta pop the second Guinness. Hold on.
Oh, you can pop the second Guinness. Debate of the week. The first one starting, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Now we heard the rumor in your windows. You heard the rumor in your windows, of course, of what we were going to speak about Raw, what happened on Raw and SmackDown. But now the news came out today in the world of professional wrestling that Seth Rollins, rumor in your windows, folks. Keep in mind, once again, that this is only just we're opinionators. We're not Uncle Seltzer, Piece of Shit Alvarez, Sean Ross Sapp, or Wade Keller. No.
My sources confirm that I don't know shit. How about that?
There you go. But the rumor is now that Seth Rollins is injured with that. What happened on Monday Night Raw when he did that, of course, that little flip right there did to Nakamura. That rumor your window is a torn meniscus and MCL, and now this puts the plans in jeopardy. It puts everything in jeopardy between him and CM Punk heading into WrestleMania, because we keep in mind what happened last time when this occasion happened to him. He tore the ACL and MCL. So now this is the MCL and meniscus. We won't confirm until Monday on Raw when it will be an emotional day or not. We'll find out. We do not know. Yes. Not.
I don't know if I got the strength for that tonight, TK, but it'll happen.
We're gonna get there. We are gonna get there. Oh, J-Man, what's going on? Shout out to Ketchup.
What's happening, homie?
Hey.
Subscribe to.
Love the collab with you and this man this week. I am so fucked up. I don't know which way is up. It was this week. Yeah.
Tuesday.
That was a great show, y'all. Go check that out at the Get Your Podcast platform.
That is right. Absolutely, man. Shout out to the Just Man. I appreciate you, brother, for tuning in. But now this puts everything in jeopardy, gentlemen. What will you do on this plan B in this case if it is so that Rollins is officially out with this injury? We don't know how long this injury can last for a very long time, probably for 6 to 8 months for this injury. This is scary now because it puts everything to plan A up to plans for Phil Brooks right there. Now, well, how would you book this now, plan B? And who would you book with CM Punk right here in this situation? So, Pepsi Phil, I'll take it to you.
All right. Let me go through my database real quick, and my decision on that is fuck CM Punk.
I was waiting for that. Yeah.
I swear to God, I will take an LA Knight Cody Rhodes fight for that world championship. I don't want to give it to Randy because I like what he's trying to do with the bloodline, but honestly, LA Knight and Cody going for that vacated belt would be hella fun. I think that is what I want to see. Maybe even AJ, because this new look feels real similar to something we've seen before. Like that's what I want to see. If it ends up with Phil Brooks just being, for lack of a better word, the ambassador to WWE stuff, fine. I mean, but honestly, there is no reason that man should be near a title. He's only been in WWE for not even a hot minute. If you want to pick a fight, I don't know. Give him Becky for all I care.
That's what's in the chat right here on Instagram. They're saying Fernando right here on Instagram is like Becky Lynch makes sense, and she's
I want to see
making
the
sandwiches at
man
home.
just whoop his ass.
Exactly.
That would be amazing, Fernando.
The truth be told, this could be a way for Cody to finish his story. We could finally shut up about it. And everybody will leave him alone about him and Roman. WWE gets to keep Roman doing whatever the hell they want to do with him. Odds are him and Randy will snap around, but I think it'd be a great area time to push both Cody and him. I mean, do we want to see a Jey Uso mix in there? I don't know. Maybe. Who cares?
Maybe
but
so.
honestly, right now, there is like the plans. CM Punk just gets pushed in the back. Because right now, there is no one on that roster I'm remotely interested in seeing them fighting.
And we got here Boo Boo 526 on the Instagram live chat stating, if it's legit, he has to relinquish the title. They should put the title as in the Rumble main event. Put the title on the line.
I've heard that being
used. Did with like they did with Flair back in the day.
Yes.
What was it 92? I think.
Yes, 92.
Where they put the belt.
The WWE title up for the Rumble winner, and Flair took it in after being in there for like a freaking hour. Lone Wolf.
Lennox. Yeah. Thank you, Lennox. The Lone Wolf. That's what it was called. Lone Wolf.
It's like you knew we were talking about this off camera before we got live.
Yeah,
I don't know how, but
but Tim got a good point there too. Papa H could come out of retirement and say, "Screw it, let me get in a ring with Punk. I owe him one."
Got a pacemaker, for God's sake, man.
No, he need to sit the fuck down on that chair.
Papa H got the defibrillator built into his chest. He can't wrestle.
I ain't trying to see that man die in the ring and then Vince McMahon have to come back.
I would, don't get me wrong, too. I would love it. I'm just trying not to kill Paul. He got kids and shit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, it would be ironic, and the poetry behind that would be great. But truth be told, I ain't trying to put Paul's life in danger like that.
No. You got a lot of shit to work out on that roster with these bookings. You ain't got to worry about getting in the ring. Let's not do that.
Yeah, and I like him. And I like him focusing just on the business. You don't need to be wrestling.
No, that's true. Very, very true. Notorious. What do you got for us, bro?
Oh, well, first and foremost, what's up, Kayla? The Queen of the South.
Hey, Kayla.
It is good to see you. I am sorry I missed the karaoke episode. I was dead.
That was fun. I saw that. It was actually really fun.
It was fun. I watched it while I was conscious. I was dead. And I would love to come on, man. Anytime.
We got to do that. But yeah, we got to be in the.
We got to get you over here too.
Yes.
I know in the chat people said like Tim is saying that, and I'm missing it now, but he is saying that Rollins versus Punk is the only answer. I mean, it's an answer, but there are so many ways that you could go with this. You could have Punk involved. The easiest thing is, right, Seth is supposed to address all of this on Raw. Like they announced that SmackDown. He goes to address it, right? My main man, Senior Money in the Bank comes out, jumps him, drops him, cashes in, bing, boom, bang, new world champ.
Oh, that's
nice. The easiest way to do it.
Yeah. The
quickest way to get it off of Seth Rollins and onto somebody else so you can work towards something, anything for WrestleMania. If you don't want to go the quick route, we're in January. WrestleMania is in what? April. Have what was the hottest thing outside of WWE in the last few months? The Continental Classic tournament, right? They try to have a tournament of their own in WWE. It didn't go that well. Have a world title tournament like you did when you crowned Seth Rollins. Put all these motherfuckers. Put AJ. Put LA Knight.
If they could do a Continental Classic style, World Cup style tournament, that might be fun to see. Because then we get those matches we weren't expecting.
Because if he does need time off and he's got to relinquish that title, that gives you 3 months. And the finalists could fight each other at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Or you could, I do like the idea that I think Fernando on Instagram brought up about putting the title on the line at the Rumble like 92. That would be cool as well. There are very many ways that you can go. I think the quickest, easiest one is just have Damian Priest cash in and take the title. At least a Money in the Bank winner would cash in successfully, which in the men's division does not happen a lot anymore.
Honestly, it hasn't happened since the heist of the century.
It hasn't happened. No, honestly, it hasn't happened since The Miz, but he had to take it from Otis in like whatever wrestler's court or some shit to get it, and then cash in and win against Bobby Lashley, and then get destroyed 2 or 3 weeks later. So, but before that, you had Corbin, you had Otis, you had all these guys that just had it and they fucked it up. So, course correct the case, put the title on somebody that's here, let Seth go get ready. And if it is a 6 to 8 week injury, like I think TK brought up, then maybe you have a match with Seth and Damian at WrestleMania.
So here's the thing I have with that. I agree with Tim. I like Damian Priest. He ain't championship level yet.
I don't think he is either, but he has the money in the bank. He's on what is basically the most dominant faction in WWE. Sorry, Bloodline, you're done. It's Judgment Day all day, baby. You're done.
First of all, let's admit the only reason the Judgment Day is dominant is because of R-Truth. Say whatever you want.
I mean, all I'm going to say is what I say about R-Truth every time. That man is legendary and magical. It's an amazing combination.
So, but the thing is, I agree with you. Let Priest take it, and then you do a program, and this is me obsessing. You do a program between Knight and Cody fighting Priest over it, and it could lead. I mean, it could lead to maybe they do a thing where like Priest ends up beating the both of them, and like you said, at Mania, Seth comes back going, "I'm coming back for what's mine."
Right? You don't kind of change one, but can we make R-Truth the world champion? I'd be happy.
I'd be happy with that too. First of all,
I love that man.
Could we have that man bust out with the ladder like the last time we were rolling?
Right? It's not a ladder match, Truth.
It's not a ladder match.
My bad.
Talking about the fact R-Truth is the only man to make the most terrible belt in WWE history the most relevant. The 24/7, not to mention the ugliest belt, the 24/7. And honestly, the only reason we cared about it was the fact that R-Truth won that belt, 40 times?
57.
57 times, thank you.
57 times. He is the most decorated champion in WWE history.
Ever.
And he needs that world title. I want him to win with Lil Jimmy's help. Book it, Triple H.
First of all, I'd like him to win with Tom and Nick Mysterio. Thank you.
I love that.
I don't even know where they came from. They got kids we don't know about,
right? What the fuck?
I mean, Ray was going around with no mask, and that was a different kind of Ray back then.
I don't think the contract is in the case. You think Finn and JD McDonough might have the contract? They're always stopping him. Could you imagine if the ref pops the case open, like he cashes in on Seth, the ref pops the case open and it's fucking empty?
It's like an I Love Lucy episode. What happened was,
Finn, you got some explaining to do.
A lot of explaining to do with that for
sure. But yeah, honestly, but seriously, what does this mean for Punk though? Honestly, Seth really was.
I raise my glass to the Queen of the
That's why I love Caleb for that.
Yeah, wait, what does it mean for Punk? Honestly, they're going to have to do a lot of rebuilding and restructuring right now. Maybe he goes against Randy. Maybe they move Randy over to it. Because truth be told, the only person with pretty much about as much history as Punk does right now is probably Randy on the roster.
That could be the case.
I mean, if we look at what is planned for Raw, you got Seth giving the update, and you got Punk and Cody going face to face. What if somehow those two segments are tied to one another?
I mean,
what if we get Seth saying he's going to forfeit the title, and then Adam Pearce telling Punk and Cody, you two are going to fight for the vacant world championship?
It's a tough one. We don't know what plans until we find out till Monday.
Yeah,
right. I'm just saying. I'm trying to take and put just a little bit of reality into some of these rumors in your windows.
I'm with you. The only other thing too, gentlemen, that could be the case too as well, that Papa H and everybody make a call. Hey, pal, I think we gotta need you over here because we need your help. And that's who else?
But the last time we saw Cena, Solo killed him
in a foreign land. In a foreign
killed
land.
him.
I get that, but
in a foreign land, he left
but
him dead in the Middle
another
East.
one. Maybe Cena could be.
Is he gonna come back as zombie Cena?
I don't know. Maybe Cena versus Punk. Maybe Cena versus Punk. We don't know.
I mean,
at
Solo,
this point, we don't know.
I don't
We
need
don't know
Cena versus
what.
Punk again.
I don't know,
need
man.
that
Solo.
shit.
I mean, Solo did a pretty good job of burying that man. And Cena
hands down to Cena for overselling.
Yeah, I mean, bless
He practically cremated him live in the Middle East.
Oh yeah, he
I
did.
mean, bless Cena for giving it up for the Fatu family,
right?
And nothing else, because like he a student of history. So
right.
So I think he wasn't Umaga's last fight, but
he was close to it.
He was one of them, yeah. So I think the irony and poetry of that pretty much is what appealed to Cena. And honestly, Solo,
it was like karmic payback for all those times Umaga lost to Cena.
And you're sitting there going, I don't know, but then you start to realize how swole Cena is, and go, oh, that's how you're able to beat Umaga.
Oh, I get it, but at the same time, it just felt fitting. It was like, okay, Cena himself mentioned to you, like, he hasn't won a match on TV in how long? He hasn't won a pay-per-view match in 5 years.
Yeah.
He this, that, the third. And then he gets cremated by Solo Sikoa in the Middle East. And it's like, okay, this feels like a way to write off John Cena forever. And as sad as that may sound, the man fucking earned it. He did everything for almost 2 decades for that company.
You mean after the Attitude Era?
Yeah, Cena carried that company through a time that absolutely fucking sucked out loud and made it watchable.
That is true. After the Attitude Era, it was like we can't do that anymore. It's like, I know
you do realize that we're sitting here, we're talking about CM Punk today. We're talking about Danielson now because of things that John Cena did back then, right?
Oh no argument.
Because if not, it's Randy Orton, 1722 time champion, and we never have CM Punk, and we never have Daniel Bryan eventually recreated as Bryan Danielson. You know what I'm saying? None of that happens without Cena. The man did enough. He had these amazing rivalries with Randy Orton and John Cena, and had a match with The Rock that was supposed to be one time. They were like, "We need you to do it again because we got nothing else." And he's like, "Cool, I'm down." Did not give a fuck. Now did he?
So the best thing. So here's an interesting thing about this. This is proof that John Cena really does want the business move forward. So after Brock Lesnar beats the streak, his first match is with John Cena.
17 suplex.
And they basically they ask him. So Brock goes up to him and goes, "Me and Austin were talking, and we were thinking about what if your next match is just me suplexing you and then beat you." And John Cena goes, "That makes perfect sense.
That works."
And they go, "Why?" Because, and I didn't think about this because I didn't see the timing of everything. But think about it this way: you don't beat the streak and then lose to John Cena the very next month. And
take that a step further. He not only got destroyed by Brock Lesnar, but what happened when he told The Undertaker to do something?
Exactly.
So he made it out like, you know what? Both these dudes are well above my level. It doesn't matter if I've won more titles than them.
So that's, like I said, I don't understand the hate he gets, though. I don't know if it's just fans being fickle, which is probably the answer.
Fickle! I heard fickle.
Fickle.
Oh, I gotta play it.
I know I'm trying to get to it too.
Fickle. They're fickle.
Beat me by
I do not understand why they did not like him. The man basically kept the business alive for the better part of 25 years after the Attitude Era.
It's one thing not to like him, but you have to respect John Cena. You have to. He's had like 5 title matches since tying Flair's record, and he ain't won one of them bitches. How many other people in that? Like, let's say, just for the sake of argument, that Roman is sitting on 17. He's gonna have 18 in a week.
Yeah. But
John Cena tied that record years ago. Came back, had title match after title match, lost them all.
But remember what John Cena. Remember John Cena had an interview and said, out of respect for Flair, he doesn't want to be the 17-time world heavyweight champion because they have thrown that to him. Like Vince threw that at him a couple of times, and he was like, "Nope." I mean, you say what you will about Flair.
Vince don't give a shit about history.
He does. Well, yeah, that is true. But think about it. Give credit where credit's due. John Cena does respect and love the history of the business and wants to keep that going. It's like guys like him, and I'll throw in it him and Edge. Thank you,
Brian.
Thanks, Brian. But honestly, him and guys like Edge, who are at one point they were considered mid-carders, but made a big show. But to get there, they went through some scraps to get to that point. And like I said, they always get mixed messages. Because I remember it took a long time for me to love John Cena. The one thing I never argued about was that dude always went to work.
Yeah.
He always went to work.
I gotta be honest. I don't think there was a day that I ever said I love John Cena, but I respected the hell out of him for what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was very old school and very like, let me cut my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was a long time between him saying ruthless aggression and him beating JBL for a world title.
Yeah. But
that man paid his dues, came up, got to the top, and then constantly tried to reinvent himself little by little to stay there.
But if you think about it, another person who's done that is Miz.
Yep.
Miz is not as flashy. He's not as technically skilled as like Edge or John Cena or Randy was.
He's definitely not as good an actor.
No, he is not. I've seen it, but I have seen the Marine 7.
Why?
Fuck, out of how many fucking shit?
I saw the first one.
How much time do you have to kill when you watch the Marine 7, man?
Dude, actually, even like the one was fine with me.
Here's the problem.
I was done at one.
I was just like, all right, I'm right. One. That's it.
First of all,
oh shit, is that John Cena? Oh god,
it's
T2000. Holy shit! And then after that, I was like, The Miz. I'm done.
With that franchise, once you in, you can't pull out.
No,
because even Becky was in the Marine.
I didn't see that one either.
I didn't see that one either.
I was one and done, man. Like
I ride or die with the Marines. Same franchise.
Wasn't Randy Orton in that shit too?
Yes, he was.
Oh man, we're gonna have to wait to see how that shit turns out. To be honest, I mean, a lot of these changes are gonna be happening. You know, especially we'll see, as we know, SmackDown's happening when we're live. But you know, we'll see, and then we know, with the 4-way, we'll see how's that gonna grow. We'll see how with Rhea and Becky situation. Becky wins the Rumble. We don't know. Like I was
I was hoping they were gonna say Rhea and Becky at the Rumble.
But
like fuck winning the match. You're Becky. You get a title shot.
I like the build up they're doing with Becky and Rhea.
I do too. But if they would have said Rhea and Becky at the Royal Rumble, I'd be like, let's fucking go.
We're gonna have to wait to see how
you can't be blowing your wad that early.
I can't.
We're gonna have to wait. I have no idea how they're gonna do this shit. So until Monday, we'll find out how the fuck they're gonna fuck everything. How they're gonna fix everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think the real answer to the question you gave for there's a plan B, but there's a plan C, D, all the way through Z.
There's all that shit. There's a lot of that shit. So it's like,
a Punk don't even have to be involved. Okay,
that's the thing. They had, like I said, Seth was there. I feel like Seth was their silver bullet. I don't know if they have anything else.
They do. It's just knowing how to book it on time.
But they're acting. They act as if they don't. They
act.
D-Man, what's happening, homie? Shout out to you, All Elite Wrestling Television, and those special needs kids, man. Keep coaching them up, dude. You're the man. But I forget what the fuck I was saying because I saw D-Man. God damn it.
No. You were saying that they have a plan. They just don't want us to know what it is.
Yeah, more or less. Like they have a plan, but it's like they act like Seth is the silver bullet. Like we have to have him in this position because go back all those months where they started when Shinsuke started talking about his broken back and working his broken back and all this broken back bullshit. And how many title defenses has he had since 10, 12, 26? So it's like, Yeah, maybe Seth does have a broken back. Maybe that is a shoot. And maybe he could be the next Shawn Michaels that missed like 5 fucking years, but we need him, so he's going to be in this spot. And now all of a sudden he's going to relinquish the title? This is something you could have done to avoid this situation completely. Just let this man go and get himself right and come back at WrestleMania and get his rematch. But you didn't do that. And so they make it out like Seth Rollins has to be in that position, or else Shinsuke should have beat him at least once. What do you have, 3 shots?
Fair enough. All right, I get that.
Even Drew knocking him off would be like, okay, yeah, he was talking a lot of shit and then he backed it up.
That's an interesting name to bring up too. Drew's really interesting.
He's supposed to have a match with Damian Priest that night.
Exactly. That's a good
and that could be another thing. That could be, all right, you're a former world champion, you got the money in the bank. All right, you two are gonna fight. Winner takes the newly vacant world title. As vacant gets its 1,007,978th reign. Because that's really the most decorated champion in history, folks. Vacant.
Exactly. That is true.
Vacant. That is right.
That's the only man that has more titles than R-Truth. The only person, because I don't know if it's a man or a woman. They take both titles. They're like unisex.
All right. What do you got for us next? What do you got for us next, brother?
All right. Now we're going to talk about, of course, another debut that happened. Another debut that happened, of course, at Hard to Kill, which we did not expect. And that is, of course, the debut of Nick Nemeth and Ash by Elegance, formerly known as Dana Brooke. And of course, we did see this past yesterday on TNA Impact. Of course, the first man already going after Nemeth is, of course, Steve Macklin. So it's like, all right, Macklin, I heard your promo. You almost fucked up your promo there, pal. So you might want to go back and look at it. But
you need promo school, homie.
Love you. No disrespect, Macklin.
No, but I like that energy, though. I like that.
Me too. I love that energy. I love it. I love the energy, but how Hard to Kill came overall. The event was fantastic. Everything was just, oh my God, it was just good shit. Such good shit. But
let me just say, I still think I hate the fact that Alex Shelley lost the belt to Moose.
Why?
First of all, I have been an Alex Shelley fan going back to Motor City Machine Guns.
I knew it. Why am I surprised? Why am I surprised?
You goddamn
Motor City.
Right here.
Just let the people know where you at.
Right here. So I've always been a fan of Alex Shelley. I've always felt that dude he's like when you think about good workers, he's one of the guys you definitely think of. So, but either way, it was still a good match, and Moose did a good job. So, which is something I never thought I would say out loud.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
It's hard for me to be. It's hard for me to be mad because one, I never thought I'd see Alex Shelley as the Impact World Champion. It was weird enough when Chris Sabin did it back in the day, but I was like, okay, I understand why. Alex won it, and I was like, wait, what?
He had a good run as champion.
It was cool. It was cool to see him get it. It was cool to see him have it, and he lost it. Okay, but at the same time, like Moose is actual TNA champion. You remember back in the day, he was like the unofficial TNA champion. He broke the belt back out with the white strap, and he was walking around calling himself the TNA champion in the Impact days. And that belt supposedly didn't exist, and it turned into like the FTW title of Impact. Yeah. Now he's officially the TNA champion. That's kind of some good delayed booking storytelling, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
So I do it, like I said, I do enjoy the fact that Moose won the championship. However, the best thing, one of the many great things about Hard to Kill, and we'll start off with Nick Nemeth, was you got to see Nick Nemeth come out. And remember, we always said any other place, that dude would be a main, that guy would be your top guy. 100%, that'd be your top guy. Well, after New Japan Pro Wrestling, after seeing that and then seeing this, that's proof positive right there. Nick Nemeth was always great, and like I said, that right there is a perfect example of booking. Because even he was just like at a certain point, like towards the end of his run, he was like, I got to figure something else is going to change.
Ivan is my witness because he was here. Pepsi Phil has changed his tone since prior to the stream. Because he was asking a question and I had an answer for it. Now he's asking like, oh well, Nick Nemeth, he was always going to be a big deal as long as he was somewhere else.
Well, we all had that conversation. We did. We were talking about that.
We had that 2 weeks ago.
You had a question that you wanted to ask on the show, and it was about specifically Nick Nemeth.
Oh no! Well, the question was, when did being a journeyman become cool? Because
and I get that. And part of my answer was, first off, Nick Nemeth been in WWE since the dawn of the Spirit Squad. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
But to answer your original question, so he's not really a journeyman. I mean, he's been in WWE like 2 damn decades. He won world titles there. You know, he's not exactly a journeyman. But to answer your question, when did a journeyman become cool? As soon as Cody put out that list.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as Cody got out and he put that list on social media of all the places he wanted to go and all the people he wanted to fight, and that whole rebirth, which partially took place in Impact TNA, where he went from one promotion to another and fought everybody. That's when becoming a journeyman. That's when being a journeyman became cool.
I remember that. I remember that post.
You know when it became cool? As soon as you heard something, Cody Rhodes. End of story.
Nope, that is true. That actually makes.
He has a good point.
Because I was actually really just wondering, because I realized there was a shift, like diametrically and financially, because after Cody happens, it takes a couple of years. And I don't know. I mean, there's a bunch of guys in between who obviously came up. Like, obviously, you could arguably say AJ also kind of turned the tables for a while, because before he went to New Japan, he was bouncing all over the place. He was in ROH after leaving TNA.
He was in TNA for like 10 years.
He was. That's a funny part.
TNA to New Japan. Cody literally went to places that I don't even remember at this point.
You mean places he bankrupt after they gave him a gig? Yeah.
Places that got a packed house for the first time ever because Cody was showing up.
Exactly. Well, no, but I don't mean journeyman in the sense of they've never had a home, but like after they leave, they kind of bounce around a lot. And the points between they bounced around, the fact that used to be considered a failing career.
Yeah. You know what, Getcho? That's true, though. Like, Coda and ZSJ, they travel around a lot.
Yeah. And, like, Coda loves traveling around. Like, Coda's a rolling stone. He can't ever be in one place.
If you think about it, Cody made it cool because how many people followed in his footsteps? Zach Cardona being the biggest one.
Yep.
And the list goes on, and I'm not gonna because you know I ain't trying to be here all night, but the list goes on and on and on. But that's just one huge example of a list of fucking people who basically took Cody's homework, changed it a little bit, and made it their own. And then they took off like he did, only they didn't get back to WWE.
That is true. That is honestly that was the thing I was noting. I was trying to figure out after Cody. I was trying to count the names of people who after Cody did the big reveal. The number of wrestlers who like all of a sudden started doing insane talent stuff after leaving WWE. I mean, Deonna Purrazzo could arguably be considered one of them as well.
Yeah.
Although
literally she went from WWE to Impact.
I know, right? So that doesn't count. But I mean, that's not technically a good example. But basically something like that. Who was it? Matt Cardona one.
I appreciate that, Just. Yeah. Y'all are speaking facts. I'm getting smarter just listening.
I appreciate that.
I don't think anybody has ever credited me for making them smarter, so I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I'll raise my glass.
Love that, man.
But I just I appreciate the fact that with the rise of the IWC of being more visual and more public, thanks to the internet, the idea of the journeyman is not so much a drawback, but that's a moneymaker right there. Like Nick Aldis, especially. Nick Aldis has always been great. But after he left TNA, he kind of bounced around for a while. But that man has literally been money no matter where he ended up.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen video of him like wrestling in Germany for like pop up wrestling places I had never heard of. Like
here's a video of Nick Aldis wrestling in Uruguay. Like they have wrestling promotion. What?
Like the Euless Spiegel Wrestling Company? What?
Who the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Exactly.
But that's the thing, like with the rise of like the IWC finally being considered a prominent place. Even NWA, which is a part of that rise, but they like these companies are like big enough now, or at least some of them are kind of big. But let's go back to Ash.
And a little bit of what Justice is saying is true, because a lot of you gotta say that like also in recent years, a lot of New Japan's not only style but customs have kind of come into effect outside of Japan. And like you said, Asuka and Io journeying around, the Japanese wrestlers would just take trips.
Yeah,
like think about Takeshita a couple summers ago coming to AEW. Like they would just do that. They would just go to Mexico, or they would go to the States, or they would go to another country, and they would wrestle, they would learn, they would do whatever, and then they come back to Naito.
That's how we get
big fucking example.
We get Los Ignorables in New Japan.
And that makes being a journeyman a little bit more cool, because you're not just journeying now. You're traveling. You're learning a new style. You're rounding out your game. Whereas before, a journeyman was just somebody going from promotion to make a paycheck because nobody really fucking wanted them.
Yeah. And that's the thing that I've always that's the thing I appreciate now, because let's face it, there's the perfect example of that is the Bounty Hunter.
Brian Keefe.
Yeah, Brian Keefe, honestly, I don't think before where we are right now, if I'd be able to see that man. Like, don't get me wrong, he's amazing, but I don't think I would have been able to like get access to him the way I have been right now, just because of like stuff on YouTube, which a lot. Not to mention, and this is Ivan's woman, Viva Van.
I love her too.
I found her on YouTube. I didn't see her at a promotion. I just found her posting videos of herself.
You know who got me into Viva Van?
Who?
That man there, who used to be right there. Ivan. He was like, "You got to see this chick," and he started sending me clips.
I'm right here.
And then I started, no, you're fine. And then I started like looking them up on my own. I was like, "Holy shit!" And I've always
that's how I
had kind of fallen out of touch with some promotions, and realizing that she was a big part of those promotions. I was like, "Oh shit, this is great!" Like
I found her on YouTube and Instagram. I found her.
Like I can get back into VCW now. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, I found her and I found Willow the exact same way. Like, but honestly, Willow was already on the up anyway. Because I think 3 months later she was doing the ROH show, or I think not ROH. I think a AEW Dark show on YouTube. So she that technically, I was like, yeah, she was already around, but I just happened to run into her.
But I have to apologize, because in Top Rope fashion, we are fucking railing here, folks. And I appreciate you putting all the. I know we started in on Nick Nemeth and moves and stuff like that, and seeing Nick show up, first of all, in New Japan was fucking great.
Yep.
I mean, he looked happy. If you can get a Japanese crowd to pop, you're a big deal. I'm just gonna say it right there. They're a very conservative crowd most of the time. It's just. They actually got verbally loud when he came out. And then to see him show up at Hard to Kill and basically, I guess it's still called a zigzag moose, and then run into the crowd. And like, I know he fumbled with it a little bit because he had two shirts on, but rip off the shirt and he's got the TNA one underneath. Like that was a really, really cool, really fun, high energy moment. I loved it. I was happy for Nick, because he has in recent years toiled away.
I think you hit it exactly on the head. He looked happy as fuck.
He looked happy. I will give you my one issue and then my one brilliant high point from Hard to Kill. Number one, Ivan, why did you put up Tony Storm without the black and white? What the fuck? What the fuck kind of plagiaristic, copyrighted, change my homework a little bit bullshit is this, Dana Brooke?
Wait.
You were sitting at home. You have jack shit to do. You saw Timeless Tony Storm and went, I can do that.
First of all, sir, what she said was, all it is just a new hairdo.
Right. I
She
don't give
did
a
say
fuck
that. I
what
busted open. She did say that.
she can say whatever she wants to say. She can say whatever she wants to say. Even look at the picture. If you put that in black and white, that is great value, timeless Tony Storm.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The first time I
Get the
saw it,
fuck
I
up
went,
out of here with that ash bullshit. That's the only real problem I had with Hard to Kill. Now, probably my favorite moment of the entire night, my favorite portion of the whole program, maybe of the whole year so far, because I have said on our show before, like people have asked us, if you could put any two people in the ring together, who would they be? And my answer is consistently, I want Alex Hammerstone versus the Walking Weapon. And then here I am in Hard to Kill. What do I get? I get Hammer versus the Walking fucking Weapon. It was as good as I ever dreamed, and then some. I was losing my fucking mind. My wife was ready to call 911. She thought I was gonna have a goddamn heart attack. Just freaking fuck out.
And honestly, in his defense, it really was one of the best matches of that night.
That was one of the best matches of the early year. Let's be real. I know it's January, but that shit was fucking incredible.
I mean, it's still
that
early.
Stole the show, as far as I'm concerned.
It's still early, but do not get me wrong. When they announced
that's a candidate. I'm sorry.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
When
they announced it, I see, because I hadn't been watching TNA, and so I just watched the pay-per-views, or PLEs now, I guess they're called.
They're fucking pay-per-views.
Yeah, I know. and then you see it on the card, you're going, say what now? Like, you actually don't believe it until they come out.
I've never seen Nick this happy since he beat Nikki Bell.
I mean,
that's true. That's damn true. I hate to turn into Kurt Angle on you, but that shit is a fact.
Mm-hmm. So no, honestly, I do not know what her shtick is. I'm willing to give her a shot to see what she does. Right now, I'm on the same level as you. I'm like the 7th grade teacher looking at them two kids going, one of y'all cheated. I know which one I know.
And you've been here. You're the new girl, so I know.
So, and do not get me wrong. It's not that I don't think Dana Brooke can wrestle. I think the problem is that she needs.
Temple? Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Hammer in New Japan.
Yeah, I think so too.
The amount of matchups
we're gonna get
into New Japan in a minute, but the amount of matchups in Japan. Whoo.
So they got we got a whole lot to talk about New Japan.
Yeah, we got a little bit from there too. We're getting there. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah. Cart, horse, other way.
So honestly, I don't really have much to say about Ash because honestly, I don't know what she's doing. I
said what I said. I said, you can at me. It's at top _rope_wrestling_talk if you're on Instagram.
So the Nick Nemeth reveal is pretty much what was one of the best punctuation for the end of Hard to Kill.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole pay-per-view was pretty cool, but I just getting Hammer versus Alexander. I mean, that is something I didn't know. I didn't think I'd ever see. And then it happened. It was like,
Wait, he's officially released from his MLW contract?
I think he's a free agent.
He is. He's officially out.
Okay. Because I know it was supposed to be like January was like supposed to be his last.
No. He asked. Forgot his damn freaking name. The owner for the
Court Bauer.
Court Bauer. He asked Court Bauer, and Court Bauer finally released him. So he's officially a free agent.
Yeah, because he had been asking him at the end of the year. And Court had said he was going to do it, like removed him from the intros and the cards and all that, and then he didn't do it.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, all right.
I was like, well, what the fuck, Court? Were you busy? Like, what what else did you have to do? Were you playing squash? What the fuck? Like, let him go if you told him you're going to let him go.
Exactly.
The Tony to Ash comparison is like Eminem. As a hip hop head. As a hip hop head, that shit is legit, y'all.
That is
legit. I'm not even saying that it's not.
That is legit right there.
In the words of the not so immortal Bubba Sparks, Dana Brooks, this is getting ugly up in here. Okay, I'm just saying.
Like he said, back in the mud again. That's where we are.
All I can say for overall TNA besides Hard to Kill, that was fantastic. I can't really give much about it. I was fucking, oh shit, hell yeah. I was, even for the TNA Impact for like yesterday's show, was not bad at all either.
Mhm.
Right now, it's the year of total nonstop action. Ain't that right, man?
Wonderful.
Yes, it is wonderful because not only they have Nemeth and Dana Brooke, of course, formerly now known as Ash by Elegance. I'm looking forward to what she's going to do with that one.
Tony Storm.
Yes, Tony Storm 2.0. You can say we call it that way.
Don't call it 2.0.
All right.
Great value.
3.0, 3.0, because Marilyn Monroe's the first one. All right, let's keep
Negative
that
4.5.
But I'm looking forward to what she's gonna do in the ring. I know she's been training, of course. She's been training up in CCW. Shout out for CCW, of course.
Yes.
And she's been training to get back in the ring, of course. I'm excited what she's gonna bring to that women's division. That's for sure that I'm looking forward to. One thing that we forgot to mention here that TNA has, that the partnership they're gonna have now with AAA, which I'm happy for them because now we're gonna see that partnership. So we're gonna see talents coming back and forth, like we saw Hijo Vikingo. We saw him twice. He saw him yesterday, and he saw him hard to kill. Oh man, he took that Canadian Destroyer like that. That's good shit. But other than that, this is the year that I'm excited for TNA, and now gives me more the opportunity to tune in more to it than before, because it was just not that I never liked it. I did enjoy it. It just like how just mentioned, the rise of it is coming now, and I'm excited for it. And especially hearing Scott DeBoer saying, he busted up Paul Heyman up yesterday. He's literally, this ain't WWE, this ain't this is he busted. This is TNA.
Yeah,
and pretty much and saying fuck you, Bruce Pritchard. That's
I was just about to say that. Scott D'Amore giving me ECW vibes, got me back because I have always said since we started Top Rope, like I've said it countless times, don't sleep on Impact. That shit they do some amazing fucking things. But lately they were getting a little boring. They were getting a little stale, and I was kind of tuning out. And then TNA came back, and all this happened. Even with my gushing over Alexander and Alexander, I totally forgot that Decay got back together.
Mm-hmm.
That too. Decay
and Jessica Havoc got to be evil again. I was like, oh my god! Hey, for those that know me, I am a humongous fan of Jessica Havoc. So my boy Peter, a few years ago on my birthday, sent me an autographed picture of Jessica Havoc, and I almost flew to London and kissed the man. I love her as a person, as a wrestler, as whatever. So to see her be evil again and have Decay back and hear that, as soon as the music hit, I was Flanders like a son of a bitch. It was just,
I mean, here's the thing though, with TNA, like I don't know how they I don't know how they managed to survive this long. Because honestly, they have had very little media, and they've pretty much just been running the equivalent of house shows for the better part of 10 years? Pretty much the same route ROH is, with the same type of pay-per-view events, but they have maintained the quality of stuff they do. And honestly, I really hope with their new quote-unquote partnership with Endeavor, the parent company of WWE, as long as they're smart enough not to see it as any competition, if we get, like you said, TNA on Peacock, I think we will literally have one of the old school TNA back where it used to be, like when AJ and the rest of them were in there when it was on Spike TV.
Yeah.
Or the Nashville Network for those young.
They have been surviving the way that New Japan was aired basically back in the day. Like, we'll put it on Access so you can play your pre-recorded episodes, but nobody has access, so good luck. Yeah. But that's why they ended up doing the YouTube thing. They're like, pay 99 cents, you can watch every fucking week, half hour after it starts.
I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, I really want there to be, like, since we didn't get the ROH thing, that ROH streaming that we were promised, at least not yet anyway.
That's a whole other can. I would have done the same. I would have done the same damn thing with ROH that TNA did. Like, you know what? Here's the YouTube channel. If you want to catch the weekly show, pay 99 cents.
Yeah.
Tune in a half hour after we start.
Yeah, honestly, but since TNA is filling that slot,
get eyes on your fucking product.
Exactly. If TNA is filling that slot, so be it. Because honestly, there has never been a TNA show I have not enjoyed.
True. Very true.
And that is true, Temple. Shout out to you, Temple, man. Appreciate you, brother, very much for tuning in. My apologies.
Oh, I didn't know Black Taurus signed with him. Okay.
Yeah. So he's officially signed. So he is now with AEW. He'll be in Ring of Honor for sure. That he'll be.
Toro, and he'll work already.
Okay. So can we all just assume we're very excited for Nick Nemeth? While we do like the FKA, formerly known as Dana Brooks person, we don't know what the fuck she doing.
I know what the fuck she doing. I'm watching it every fucking Wednesday.
I know you watch. I know you know what she know. But I'm trying to.
We know what she's doing. Stop trying to be nice to Dana Brooks.
I would like to give her the benefit of the doubt that maybe this is going in a different direction.
Right.
I mean, maybe she. I mean, if
maybe I'll come on here and be calm and sane. Give me a fucking break, man. We know where this is going.
I mean, it's admit Dana Brooks still could. Dana Brooks could definitely.
That's
wrestle.
true.
So that's the one thing, she can wrestle, and so we will get to see at least good wrestling out of her. This stick, however, we need to wait. Like it's like remember when Toni Storm first did a timeless stick? It was like we were like, what the hell is she doing? So maybe this goes in a different direction.
As soon as she did it, I was like, I don't know what the fuck that was, but I love it. And then I'm looking at this, and I'm like, I know exactly what the fuck that is. That somebody else is doing it. Stop.
I'm okay. I'm okay giving her a shot to show me what she got.
You know what? Lennox is the second person in our chat to say Dolph's going to hold both them titles.
I mean, he might as well.
I hope it happens. I really do. Oh,
hey, the broadcast.
I got a sip left. I'll raise my glass for you too. Good day, man.
Me too. There you go.
So
how you been, bro?
So I'm excited to see what to do. I'm more excited to see Nick Nemeth pretty much just. He's not going to run through the TNA, but the fact that they have him going against Macklin. I do see him going against. I mean, eventually he'll be going for the. Obviously, he's obviously going to go for the title at some point.
At this point, for me, look, Nemeth is doing this one thing that I mentioned on Get Your Podcast. I mentioned this.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna get, and I'm assuming that he's helping him out, Matt Cardona, because Cardona right now is the hottest thing in the independent circuit. Mm-hmm. And he has been for the last almost 2 years already, since he became a free agent and made himself a name out for him. Cardona is probably even telling this guy, "Look, this is what we should do, and this is why not." And if he's venturous enough to do that, and not only that, but keep in mind that this, gentlemen, this is now something that we're going to see from this man, who is Nick Nemeth. That is the one thing that we want to know in character. Not just we beat up to the world. None of that shit. Now it's more.
I mean, keep in mind also that they already had Matt Cardona and him, Nemeth, already have a program already planned at GCW.
Yes, you do, and I'll be there.
True.
And I'll be there. I will be there because right now in my house. I will be there.
So, like you said,
you better bring some plastic to throw up.
Exactly.
So, like I'm putting the big network right there.
Like you said, that we get to see, they get to feed off each other and actually build each other up, especially within the IWC. So, which is the nice thing.
And that's the beauty of it, because now we're going to see it more for Nemeth, and not only that, also how you mentioned is, yes, we had to do it.
That we tried.
We had to do it.
It's karaoke night every night on this
show. Especially when you're having a drink. But
and it's good morning, I think, from Mr. Broadcast, because he's way in the future.
Yeah, he's in the future. But also with his comedy club too that he does with his brother, that helps out. Another thing too. So Nemeth right now, I'm excited for everything what he's doing, what he's gonna do. New Japan,
I would love to see him team up with his brother.
It's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen. I think it will.
They've already talked about it. I mean, I've already heard. Well, Cardona especially has brought it up, so I expect
like
there will be a brotherly assistance.
Ryan Nemeth is not a wingman. He's a Hollywood hunk, along with his brother.
First of all, let me just say, who was the other Hollywood hunk after Brian Pillman Jr. left, or Lexus right now? I guess it's called.
Griff Garrison.
I saw him on a recent episode of AEW, and I literally was like, he still works there?
He's still there.
They still have you?
I mean, no offense to Griff. It's one of those. I mean, I will say he does have no how to wrestle. I'm sitting there going, Griff,
Here, let me finish this for you real simply. No offense to Griff, but don't nobody give a fuck about Griff Garrison. Who the fuck are you, son?
I mean, truth be told, I was like, we ain't seen that man in 6 months.
That shit reminds me
At least.
It reminds me of Brody Lee when he was like, no, and fucking that one time we got Jungle Boy. That's Griff Garrison. Who the fuck is Griff Garrison?
I remember that.
Oh shit, I love that.
Speaking of devil, he showed. Well, we haven't talked about New Japan Strong yet, so
we're gonna get there right now. So you know, I mean, that's pretty much what that's pretty much what I have to say about this one. I'm excited for TNA, what they're gonna do. And Will Ospreay had his last match already yesterday too against Charlie Johnson. That was a banger match, by the way. And so I'm excited for TNA. Now I'm gonna be tuning in to see. Well, there's a lot we got to talk about, especially we're gonna hit to that direction because there's man, ladies and gentlemen, is this what happened? We take a week off because we got so much shit that we got to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
I haven't been here since World's End. It's been a minute.
I know. We got a lot of shit.
I got the shakes that'll make you quake. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes. I got the burgers that'll. I just got burgers.
And oh, that's gonna happen here, folks. Now we're gonna talk to New Japan. Just only, of course, the event was awesome. I enjoyed it. It was awesome. Good shout out to Viva Vance. Did a fantastic job. Even though fucking piece of shit sells through. I don't think it was good. I was there. Like, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about me. I don't care what you think.
Can we?
Yeah, I would have to give him a minute.
Give him a minute.
You know, you can hey, this is what happens. You take a week off because you're like, damn, I gotta talk about this shit now. Like, all right,
just saying. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on.
That's my bad. I'm sorry. That is my bad. That is my bad.
It's all good. But, you know, good performance from Matt Riddle's performance again, teaming up his old partner in crime with Jeff Cobb, which we already knew was going to be the Smash Bros. We already knew it was going to be that shit. And, of course, we saw Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, coming out, of course, the scapegoat is showing, ripping the contract. We know you didn't rip the contract, bro. You know you're still TNA. You know that, I mean, TNA, fucking AEW. See, that's what happens when you get stuck in stranded. But, you know, we all know that it's going to be, it's a disciplined type of style for him. Like, okay, pal, nice something for you to learn how to respect your elders in Japan, especially if you're gonna be there in Japan. Good luck, pal, because over there they're gonna treat you nice. They're gonna treat you like, oh my god, you're a star. No, they're gonna whoop your ass and show you what is. Come here, son. Ask Naito. Ask Sonata. Ask all of those guys who went up there, or even ask Moxley, and he will even tell you. But I'm excited to see. We'll get into the free agency for Riddle on the next one because the next one it's a really debate one we got to talk about. But this one right here, I can tell you one thing about Jack Perry that I want to just. I'm excited for him for one thing because he's going to make that junior heavyweight championship division very, very interesting to see. And this is something that he needs this to really, really turn his career around, especially that situation that happened with, of course, with Mussolini. We already know, but this is the one will help him get there and really learn a strong style in Japan. I would like to see him versus a lot of talent there that they have in New Japan that I'm excited. There you go. Who the fuck is Griff Garrison?
Griff Garrison.
Exactly.
Hey, I think that's Dylan.
What's going on?
It's Dylan or it's Marcus or it's somebody. What's happening, baby?
Man, all the Shingo boxes,
Chosen
great. All of the Chosen Bros. Yep, Chosen Bros, baby. That's right. And it was great. I enjoyed it. Just Jerry looked like someone cosplaying cosplay.
God damn it.
I can't wait.
I'm not worthy, just. I'm not worthy.
I can't wait to just come on. That's just good shit. But what is the excitement for this event? For what are you excited for, especially for Jack Perry? Him and being in New Japan, and how would they book him? And who would you book him in his first match in New Japan for sure? So, Pepsi, Phil, I'll take it back to you.
I will not lie to you. I
Uh-oh.
am glad Jack Perry introduced himself not in TNA, not back to AEW, but back in New Japan. I think he got caught up in just emotion, and unfortunately, I think all this shit rolled downhill, and I think it rolled on top of him. Like I think he was just doing his job and got busted. And honestly, a lot of people were giving him shit anyway, just because they thought this is Luke Perry's son. He can't really wrestle. So, and I don't think he does. So honestly, this new look and this new move by going to Japan is probably perfect for him. I think, like you said, going to strong style, being like, I don't know, there is a part of me that would not mind seeing him go against Kenta for a little bit, like because that, or like you said, definitely finding a run that would, yeah, exactly.
Scapegoat merch.
Yeah. Like I said, him in a junior heavyweight division would definitely be fun to watch. I think it'll be good.
That'd be fun to watch too.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. So him basically, and honestly, like you said, Ivan, just him training with the crew in Japan would probably be really good for him. Like I said, I don't think he has an issue with respect, but I do think he would probably benefit from being around a bunch of guys who have a different aesthetic as how they approach wrestling. Because he's really young and he needs that discipline, and a discipline from a New Japan dojo probably be good for him. I don't know why he looking like a really bad Seth Rogen, but
I like cosplaying Post Malone better. That's more fitting.
But either way, I think I'm excited for him to be in Japan. I mean, I don't know when he'll come back to AEW, but truth be told, if he's in Japan long enough, I ain't gonna be mad if he joins Bullet Club.
No, you know what? I actually want to see him versus Minoru Suzuki. I want Suzuki whoop his ass. That's what I want to see.
Right.
Or even Tomohiro Ishii.
That would be fun.
Tomohiro Ishii, because Tomohiro Ishii, he's not an elegant man. I'll tell you that. No. He is not a. Come on, he wouldn't even shake the hand of Mox.
How you gonna be elegant? You ain't got no neck. You know, like you can't be elegant when you got no neck.
Say what you will.
Walking in the ring, he is not that way. That man will. Man,
but say what you will, though, it'd be good for him to get that discipline and run with a different side type of crew. Because I think coming up in wrestling, I don't know if he had that discipline. No offense to AEW's back locker room.
I would have said no, because I'll tell you why. Because I've seen this man on the indie scene. I've seen him here in California. I've seen him many a time. Great performer. I'll tell you that. I'm not discrediting what he does in the ring.
Yeah.
You know, outside of the ring is where the issue is. That's your attitude. We know God rest your soul, your father. We know where you came from. But in this case is now you got to learn how to respect the sport of professional wrestling. Now you really got to take it to that point. You know how you got to learn? Take your ass to Japan.
Now you're going to pay some dues.
And Tanahashi, I hope Tanahashi books some very horrible.
Suzuki basically retired, so we're going to let that man rest.
Oh, man, I love that.
Ishii, the Stone
Murder Grandpa got one more ass whooping in him with Jack's name on it.
You know he ain't going nowhere. He's going to be a part of the group.
He's going to be all right.
I mean, Ishii, I don't know if I want to wish that on anybody.
I don't want to wish it on anybody, but I wouldn't mind seeing that shit.
Real talk, I can't lose Sting and Minoru Suzuki in the same year. I will need counseling or something.
First of all, we lost Muda last year and Sting this year.
And that was hard enough.
Yeah.
And even Sting is done a week before my birthday. That's a kick in the nuts.
Yeah. So I think, like I said, I'm excited for Jack, and I think this is a good way. I mean, honestly, I really wish he would get rid of the Jungle Boy name. I think he's already gotten rid of it, but I think the media should let that shit go. No, he ain't Jungle Boy anymore. Ever since he broke up with Luchasaurus, he ain't been Jungle Boy in a long time.
I have a beard. And I touch boobies now. I'm a man. You know, like you're still Jungle Boy.
Them boobies belong. Yeah, them boobies belong to who? Exactly.
Formerly known. But
exactly.
The Queen Slayer.
Exactly. So I think we can say that.
Respectfully, shouts to Jack Perry for that.
Respectfully.
So he ain't no boy anymore.
All right. Notorious, how do you feel about this one?
I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Like, how do I feel about it? How do I want to put?
Zion!
Do I have? Okay, fuck it. I'll say it.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Jerry.
That's the problem. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't understand why people mad at Jack Perry in the first place. The problem was not Jack Perry. The problem was Phil Brooks. And Jack Perry got kicked off the planet, and CM Punk got a WWE contract. Ain't that a bitch?
Yes.
But as far,
thank you.
At whatever the fuck he's doing, and involving Matt Riddle of all people, who I can't stand, I don't care. He could join the Bullet Club. He could join the Gun Club. He could make his own Jungle Club for all I give a fuck. He tore up his contract. We all know it's bullshit. You grew a beard and you think you're badass because you got in trouble because of CM Punk. I don't care. Do something in the professional wrestling industry that people actually want to be a part of. Because like a lot of the shit that he has done in recent history has fallen flat long before Punk, long before the bullshit with Christian. Who wanted to see that end? Like that shit went on for months and through a Christian injury, and they're like, we're bringing this back because blah blah blah. And everybody said the same thing I just did.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Jerry.
I mean, he had the cool moment. He turned heel on Hook. He won the title, and then they had a cool match, and it looked like maybe Jungle Boy was starting to get it and understand that, like, this is the business and this is what I should do. And then the bullshit kicked off in the back with Punk. And it was just like, every time you think he's going somewhere, he is Sammy Guevara light. You think he's way to the top, and then he shoots himself in the fucking foot somehow. He pulls a program that goes stale. He pulls some bullshit in the back. He does whatever, and then he's knocked back to square fucking one. And now square one for him is Japan. So I don't care yet. Go back there, do your thing, learn something. Like I said, like Ivan had said, and I agreed with, maybe have somebody like Suzuki just whip on your ass a little bit, pay some dues, and get some respect for the industry you work in, and then maybe come back and do something that people are interested in. Because the only interesting thing about you is that Anna Jay is still with you.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I'm going to pull a Punk. Stop me when I'm telling lies. I'll wait.
Fucking
wait. Like, what is he going to do? Is he going to have a Forbidden Door match against himself because he's in both fucking promotions? He's going to wrestle himself. He's going to be like arm dragging himself and shit. Fuck that. I don't care.
I will give you credit. That is probably the harshest yet legitimate assessment of his career so far.
Thank you.
But keep in mind though,
I am not one to sugarcoat shit. Y'all know this.
But he's still
I'm not one to bullshit either. Y'all know this.
But admit though, at least he's still young. He still got plenty of time to get better.
No,
he got a long way to go to learn.
Like I said,
so, I mean,
he is Sammy Guevara light. He's very young. He's very talented. He can be very charismatic and really pull you into stuff. And then all of a sudden, he just like take gun, shoot yourself in the foot, blow, start over. It's happened to him and Sammy so many times in AEW that like it gets to the point where like I was huge fans of both of them when AEW jumped off. And I still am to a point, but I am done rooting for these motherfuckers to get to the top because they fuck it up every fucking time. I'm like, whatever, go do whatever the fuck. See if you can actually get it this time. And if you can, I'll get back on board. But until then, I don't care.
Okay, right. I get that. In regards to the Matt Riddle thing, I don't care.
There you go. Another one.
Definitely don't care about Matt Riddle.
Yeah, I don't. Good for him for getting back in the ring. He sounds as though he's matured a little bit about his situation.
He might have, but he's still Jim Brewer's character from Half Baked on steroids.
Yeah, that's it. No, it's true though. That's the
fully, man. Who's coming with me, man?
That's the problem with Matt Riddle.
Get the fuck out of here, Riddle.
Like I said, here's the problem with Matt Riddle.
And put some shoes on. What the fuck?
Here's the problem with Matt Riddle. He ain't got no character.
None.
He ain't got no. He's basically playing himself. And not just himself. Himself.
We were talking about
UFC.
AJ Styles being a goober. Matt Riddle is a goober in real life. He doesn't have to play one. He is.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Matt Riddle doesn't
He's
have
a shoot goober. He's a Schuber.
I mean, even here's Temple. Here's the issue, though. What gimmick could he use, though? That's the problem. Jack Perry is such a blank slate that honestly.
I'll stop you that one because Dom and I we talked about this like last year. We did mention.
Did we?
We said 902.0. What was
yeah,
we did.
You do like a Beverly Hills,
Beverly Hills.
like Mean Street Posse kind of.
Yes, because Dom and I and the director we were talking about it. We were saying about him doing it.
I remember now. It's been a
you were there
crazy
too,
start to the year, man. I remember.
I would not. First of all, I would not wish that on him because the mind fuck that would probably give.
No, but I get
mind fuck. Dolph Ziggler was a cheerleader. Look at him now.
But keep in mind you're using a 90210 reference for a dude for a dad who died. So keep
right, but I get you.
Okay, should we give him a Friends reference because fucking Matt Perry's dead too? Like, what the fuck? Like,
I don't know. It's a tough.
Let him walk out in a Beverly Hills 90210 outfit and be like, "Could I be any more like my dad?" There's your new character.
I mean, the thing you got to remember though is if you do a 90s-esque or even not even a 90s-esque, like him doing like quote unquote a preppy dude would be just fucking annoying. Like it just would be. But I think,
and Jungle Boy wasn't.
Jungle Boy was a lot nicer than a preppy boy. Preppy Boy Jack Perry and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Who do you want to see?
I'd rather see Preppy Boy because I was so sick of. I gotta be honest. I was so glad when he turned heel because I was so sick of the bullshit with him coming out to the music and everybody going, "Oh!" I have been tormented by that song since I was a young child. I'm listening to that bullshit in the grocery store now. That ain't cool.
First of all, don't be mad at that man's loincloth.
Matt Riddle is like chlamydia. Get rid of it, and he keeps coming.
I mean, do not get me wrong. Like,
that's all.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Just you're semi-accurate, but the problem is you can't get rid of him. So he's more like herpes. He goes away for a while, and he just flares right the fuck back up, no matter what you do.
Honestly, with Riddle, I'm more along the lines of he needs a lot of growing to do, and I'm waiting to see. Like, I don't mind. Like I said, it's like honestly, it's like Rob Van Dam. Like he can be a pothead. I'm curious to see if he can be more than what Temple says, a dick.
I mean, we're gonna have to.
He was playing a good dick character, but being a lone dick character did not work for him because he couldn't carry it. He couldn't carry the gimmick alone. I think he would have been a perfect addition, even though they had already been together, to the patriarchy. If he would have been a total turn and then come back to Christian and say, "I was wrong, Dad."
So here's another one for you.
Huge.
Here's the
thing, and they could have been dicks together, and Christian could have kind of like helped him be in lay terms. Christian could have helped him be a better dick.
Yeah. Well, truth be told, imagine him, but like his
even Anna Jay would have been happy about that. So
I'm going back to Riddle for a second. Here's the thing about Matt Riddle. The best time I ever saw him, or quote unquote, the best work he ever did, was when he was teaming with Randy. Which, to your point,
Randy.
Yeah. But Randy was. Let's think about it. Randy's an old school dude who has a demand for perfection and excellence, and not screwing up. Granted,
there were two times that I liked Matt Riddle ever, and they were both when he was in a tag team. One of them was with Randy Orton, obviously. You just brought up. The first time I ever liked him, the Broserweights.
Yes.
Him and Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
That was a cool little, the odd couple of tag team wrestling because Pete is very when he was Pete, he was very serious and very and then Matt came in like bruh. So it was a cool little like clash of styles that just worked.
But think about it, both of those dudes, Randy and Pete, both strict professionals. Like legitimate business professionals. Like it's like you can't be coming in here screwing around. You can smoke your weed, but if you're gonna come work, you gotta Yo,
I wouldn't mind him joining Bullet Club and Justice laughing at, I guess, the herpes thing. But
I mean, honestly, yeah, Bullet Club might be good. Honestly, again, back to what you said, Bullet Club might be good for him. You've seen the dudes in Bullet Club. All of them.
A lot of the guys that have been in Bullet Club have eventually gone on to much bigger and typically better things. I don't know if you could say Gallows and Anderson are in a better situation now in WWE, but they're there.
They're making more money at least, so they're in there.
You never see them, but they're there.
Here's the thing about the new Bullet Club they have in Japan. All of them at minimum have at least 10 years experience.
Yeah.
And for Jack Perry, yeah, he could use that.
Here's the difference between the two gentlemen on the screen. At least with Jack, I don't care now, but you could pull me back in.
Yeah.
Matt Riddle could stop wrestling yesterday, and I will not even notice that he's gone.
Yeah, that's facts.
Other than I'm not being annoyed by somebody that annoys the living fuck out of me, I would really not even, if somebody said, "Oh, do you know Matt Riddle retired?" No, why? Why would I give a fuck? That would be my response. Jack Perry, on the other hand, like you said, he's very young and he is talented. And if he were able to like turn it around, he could bring me back. I was a huge Jungle Boy supporter before AEW started.
Okay.
Like I even brought him up one day, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Jungle Boy, that motherfucker, man, whoo, he's gonna be some shit."
I remember him at All Out in the Battle Royal.
Trust me, out of that Pillars match that they had for the world title back when MJ, he was like the most stagnant pillar of them all.
Yes.
Even Darby outshined him, and you never hear Darby fucking talk.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, you were sitting there just going, I don't really know why, but you got. I mean, even saying someone doesn't have mic skills was a compliment to that man.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I do see your point. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's like with Jack, it's like, okay, man, come on, win me back. I want you to win me back. I part of me loves you. I'm just tired of you, Matt Riddle. Fuck you. Nothing you do. You could buy me a house. You could park a Lamborghini in the driveway, and I'd be like, thanks, man. You're still a piece of shit.
I mean,
nothing.
I agree with you. I think that's probably the best way to describe it.
So I hope if he does fight Matt Riddle, I hope he beats the living shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he makes Riddle tap.
Okay, who else we got?
All right. Well, Jesus. I'm telling you, we had a lot of shit to do, folks. Today is a day where we got a lot of things, but we got another one, folks, for you.
Oh, another one.
Debate of the week. That is right.
I love that music.
So
I thought as soon as I said I don't care about Jack Perry, I figured debate of the week was coming.
It was coming, folks, because we heard it 24 hours ago, and he made his announcement that will be gone by the end of January. He will be leaving New Japan, and they shocked the world because we never thought this man was going to leave. I really was shocked when I heard
Speaking of pillars.
Oh yeah, exactly. Speaking of pillars, I'm pretty sure Bushido Board and Gato were really, and Tanahashi, he's president. They were both like,
fuck, 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 fuck.
That's pretty much on the way.
First Jay, then Will, now this.
Yes.
I'm amazed nobody jumped out the window of a skyscraper, man.
Oh, man. I was shocked the world that this happened. And I know in Japan where they're like, everybody was crying. We know that.
He really is.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So now, the biggest question for everyone here is, where does this man go? Because of what here's the thing. He did say he'll be watching. He did say in the statement he'll be, don't worry, the Rainmaker will still be the Rainmaker. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of speculations. Of course, we see New Japan. We see, him leaving New Japan, going to AEW.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, he goes to AEW. We'll see, I mean, we'll see how that goes. And then, of course, we got WWE that is in the market. So that's another one right there. So this is a really tough one. Where does this man go? Should he stay retired? Because, of course, it was, it's like he's already kind of over a year already, his child. But unless the wife is doing some doing some work and stay home. I need to take care of the kids. Could be that case. Or do we see him busting what Kota Ibushi did, what Jay White did, and now what Ospreay did? So now the biggest question. So you guys let me know. So I'll take it to you, Pepsi Phil. What do you got?
I was going to say, who's going first?
Yeah, let me just say this. In my heart of hearts, just because he's leaving New Japan, that does not mean he's leaving Japan to go wrestle.
Oh, I know that. I don't think he is.
So I think that's the thing I want to remember first. Like, don't get me wrong, New Japan is the #1 wrestling promotion, but they have a bunch of others that can probably afford to pay him what he's used to at New Japan. So that's the first thing I'm thinking about. In America, truth be told, I do not like, even AEW. So even AEW in their Forbidden Door, and even with Takeshita, who's actually had a pretty decent, interesting build, I don't like when Americans bring Japanese wrestlers back. They do a terrible job of pushing them. I will give Triple H credit; he's probably done the best with it. Io and Asuka and that faction, where I still think Bayley gonna get jumped out at some point.
Yeah, but what's going on with the men though? Like, look at what Temple's saying here. There is no lie.
Yeah. They will give Okada all the money he wants. However, will that be enough? Like you said, the man has a kid. His wife's an actress in Japan.
Yeah, she's kind of a big actress in Japan.
Yeah, so I don't see him going, hey, baby, we leave in America to go to this American company. So for me, I think what ends up happening is I don't think he goes anywhere. I think he still wrestles in Japan as a journeyman. I think he makes the occasional appearance in AEW, ROH, probably TNA, because he has a history there. But I think probably for the first year after he leaves, this dude, he's on a free agency track. He's just gonna bounce around to like all these big syndicates. Like, we all thought it was weird seeing Kota in a GCW match, but that went really well for him.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
I'm a hardcore guy though, so there is that.
Yeah, seeing Okada do it would probably be really cool as well. So I don't think he signs with anyone. I think he goes free agency and just stays that for a while. Me personally, if I was think about it, he'd fly out for like 2-3 weeks to do some shoots in other places, probably CMLL because they not AAA or CMLL, and then come back home. So do I think he signs with anyone? Nah. The man, no matter what happens, the man still one of the hottest free agents in the world, and he could demand much more money than he's probably getting just doing quick appearances and earn that and live that way for at least minimum a year. And then if it's me, I'd free agency for a year and then come back to New Japan after that with a new contract. So there, for me, beneficially for my family, and based on his on his stats, I'll just free agency and then basically go back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Do a couple of stints, and seeing his ass in DDT will be hilarious. Okada versus the Broom, that shit will be great.
Oh God! I hope we don't see that shit.
Yeah, we really don't need that shit, man. Where the fuck?
No.
Say whatever you want. That Broom has held more titles than John Cena.
Jesus, Pepsi.
Even a salt shaker holds more titles than.
Why the fuck do you come up with this shit, Pepsi Phil? What the hell?
Because that's what they do over there. They do that shit.
I don't want to turn into Bruce, but you're making me do this, man. I can send you in a live chat when I'm not here, but what the fuck, man?
Be mad if you want. That Broom is legendary. So, like I said, honestly, I
didn't they already try that with Cameron Grimes though? It didn't go over very well.
No, honestly, like I said, my biggest fear is seeing Okada and WWE and them doing what they did to Shinsuke, and having Okada just float around doing random matches. Because think about it, Shinsuke had a really great year. He was incredible at NXT. You could probably argue that's just Vince's fault. But
yeah, but look at what's happening with Triple H, though. Man had 2 more title shots, lost them both. Probably should have won one of them. Probably should have. Same shit, different dude.
That is my fear. Like with Shinsuke, you could probably argue Shinsuke's on the back end of his career. Okada, right in the middle of it. He still got more. He got a shitload of juice in the tank. So,
but by the way, I think if you look at Okada's age right now, he might have been around the same age Shinsuke was when he broke into WWE.
Exactly. That's my concern.
You can't say like, well, Okada's up and coming because Shinsuke was there at that same age and people loved him, cheered the shit out of him, sung his song long before Seth ever had a sing-along song.
Now, don't get me, but that was when he was in that. Remember, his biggest runs, as far as I'm concerned, greatest run was NXT under Triple H. The moment they brought him up, when they brought him up, and granted, this wasn't Triple H's fault, but it is right now.
They did him like they would do Asuka later on. He would come up, he would make a huge impact. He would win the Royal Rumble, and then he would lose in the main event. And from there, he just sat there like dog do on a sidewalk.
Exactly, and that is the concern I have with Okada.
And I got to be on. Okay, all right. I'm gonna try to keep myself under control because I've already went full on psycho a few times tonight.
Okay.
And I'm an old man. I'm afraid, I'm in those warning years of heart problems. So I'm going to try to keep myself calm. If you look at the talent that Kazuchika Okada is,
yes.
If he is leaving New Japan, it is not to wrestle in Japan. Because New Japan is to Japan what WWE is to the States.
Yeah.
Yes, there are many other promotions, and they all do very good shit.
Facts.
But none of them are New Japan. So if he's leaving there, it is not to wrestle in solely Japan.
Okay.
Secondly, before Kazuchika Okada became what is debatable the hottest free agent, maybe it's not the hottest free agent in wrestling. Yeah. Who was the hottest free agent in wrestling? Will Ospreay. Yes. Am I right? Mm-hmm. And when we talked about him, everybody would say, oh, he'd go here, he'd go there, he'd go wherever. My point was this, and I will make it again. Will had a working relationship with Tony Khan and AEW.
Yes.
Will signed to AEW and can still work wherever the fuck he feels like. He can still live wherever the fuck he feels like. He's only expected to show up here and there, and they gave him a ton of fucking money. Yep. Okada, same ties, same appearances, same everything, and he has been in major fucking matches in AEW already. So if he comes in as an instant contender. If he goes to WWE, he runs the risk of becoming Shinsuke Nakamura 2.0. Yeah, people know you, people love you, and it don't fucking matter. I wouldn't even be surprised if they tried to stick the Rainmaker in NXT like they did with Shinsuke. He don't need it, but they would, because they did it with Shinsuke. And honestly and truthfully, I've said it on so many shows, I'm going to say it again. Name the last Japanese WWE champion, and remember, Yokozuna doesn't count.
Well, again, the only one technically really was when the light heavyweight championship was talking to Snuka was the only one.
Yeah,
but I'm talking WWE champion.
I think
Antonio Inoki had it, and then they said it didn't count.
Yeah.
But it did count because legitimately it was the WWF title. So he did win it.
It did win.
So maybe there's one in
what
do they say with WWE since 1960 something? Mm-hmm. So in almost 60 fucking years, one WWE champion.
So here's the thing with Dom's point though, he's right. Even though it was a WWF title, Vince does not recognize that run. Even during Inoki's Hall of Fame run, they basically said he didn't really win the championship. So technically, there has never been a Japanese champion.
If you want to get really technical and pedantic, there's maybe been one in almost 60 fucking years. And Shinsuke has had 5, 6, 12, 22 title opportunities, lost them all. And I think Ivan and I touched on this a few weeks back where it was like, you could literally say Shinsuke Nakamura should have beat blank in this title match. You could say he should have beat AJ. You could say he should have beat Jinder. You could say he should have beat Seth in one of those matches, and you're not wrong. Guess what? He didn't. And that's what you want to make the Rainmaker out to be? The guy who comes up short in every fucking title match and then disappears for a while and comes back and does whatever the fuck they ask him to do, like sit there and say stupid shit like no speak English.
I mean,
that's what you want. That's what you want for the Rainmaker. I don't. You know what I wanted to be? I wanted to be the Rainmaker. You know where he can be the Rainmaker? Where he already fucking was. Not in TNA where they stuck him in a fucking mask and treated him like shit. AEW.
Okay, so you're saying AEW then. That's what you're saying.
Honestly, with that argument, yeah, I'll give him. Yeah, that's actually probably the best argument.
I'm saying world champ, WWE champion or world champion, like the top championship, Japanese. Yokozuna doesn't count. Motherfucker Samoan, he played a Japanese dude.
Okay, look, here's the thing. I feel Okada. I get you when it comes to the moving part, Phil. He won't move. He'll stay. He won't. He'll stay. My issue is I say he should freelance and just go anywhere. Not be signed anywhere.
I mean,
go everywhere.
Yeah.
Go everywhere. Go. Don't sign with AEW. No, because I'd rather not have him because it's not the roster's filled already enough.
And he'd be saturated. He'd be saturated.
Not only that, okay, we'll get our dream matches we want, right? Okay, we'll get that. That's fine and dandy. I get that. The thing is,
I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, but the thing is like, do we want him to be a mid-card guy? Let's say not a fucking title on the line, but he's not gonna get that title anytime soon. I don't see that happen. I just don't see it. So Tony Khan could offer him the best money in the world, and like he offered Kota Ibushi, and how he offered Will Ospreay, how he offered Jay White, but is he going to give him the opportunity? What MJF done, what Samoa Joe's doing now? I don't think so. I don't think it is.
That's fucking bullshit.
You're bullshit, Tony Khan, because he won't do it.
I mean,
you won't fucking do it. You're bullshit.
You're bullshit. You know it.
You're bullshit.
I think, honestly,
go ahead.
Sorry.
But here's the thing. I'd rather have that man freelance to go over everywhere before he retires, because how they mentioned in the chat that maybe he's on a retirement mode. Who knows? But the thing is here is that that's why I love you, Justin. You're the man, man. You're the man, my brother.
You're the man, dude. Speaking of the man, sorry, hold on. Brother De Niro!
Oh, I knew
I'm so glad you've come. Ooh. I miss you too, homie.
He'll be back soon, bro.
Never too
Okada
late.
TNA, with or without the mask?
Nah, without the mask.
No, I'm playing. Of course, without the mask.
I mean, honestly, I would not be mad with an Okada visit to TNA.
No, I like the.
But he already did that. He came out yesterday.
Yeah, I like the journeyman thing.
Yeah, he's doing a 6-man tag match.
Yeah.
Hang on. Think about this for a second, because this would be kind of cool if it played out this way. Imagine, as we get into the year, Okada signs with AEW. Down the road, I don't know, Revolution, maybe beyond, gets a match, main event match, world title, Samoa Joe wins. After the match, MJF makes his comeback and challenges Okada. Tell me that's not the biggest fucking match AEW could make for their world championship.
I'm not saying that it won't be the biggest match, but if I'm being analytic,
and if Tony Khan isn't bullshit, he would do just that. Because he's already promoted these two promotions. He's got a working relationship with New Japan. He could easily promote this match, and even if it's going to be MJF versus Okada for the AEW Championship at All In.
I wouldn't mind that, but here's the thing. I don't, and I'm speaking analytically. I know I'm gonna get shitted on, and I will get shitted on.
Bring the Green Hornet gimmick.
I will get shitted on.
No,
I know. All I know is that it's too early for MJF to face Okada.
that is true.
So that's way too early.
Here,
I'm just saying.
He already fought Tanahashi.
I know that. But that's different, though. That's different. Tanahashi's different. But
yeah, Tanahashi's been main event for 20 years.
But that's just the point. I mean, he's already
like
on the
fighting John Cena.
What do you think he's the president? What do you think he's the president for?
He wasn't the president then. He was the ace.
So here's an interesting idea that I wondered about. Since a lot of these companies already have relationships with each other, and I'm talking about like AEW, AAA, I think in New Japan Pro Wrestling, even TNA and ROH. I guess my dream scenario would have been if one of those things where, like, depending on who's bouncing around, Okada goes on this world tour, but for some reason he seems obsessed with a wrestler, and I don't know which wrestler it is.
Oh.
Honestly, it could be Dolph Ziggler if you want.
That would be cool. Okada versus Nick Nemeth.
Yeah, it could be that.
I'd be there for that.
Yeah, but
you know what, Getcho? Okada versus Turtleneck Daddy Christian.
Yeah,
that would slap.
But here's the thing, though. What if the storyline was that Okada was chasing him, and Dolph Ziggler would run away to other companies, and he'd
follow?
Yeah, he would follow them, and they'd literally start fights they don't need to actually have a full match, which would be nice, but they just start having full fights in the middle of these shows. Because one, it makes the other program look good. They're freelancers, but we get to see a good spotlight for all of them. There is a part of me that kind of just wants to see, look, Dolph Ziggler's in TNA. He gets jumped by Okada. Oh, look, Okada just showed up on ROH. Dolph Ziggler just jumped him. Oh, Lord. Dolph Ziggler just stopped by AEW. Okada just jumped him.
Hey. His name is Nick Nemeth now.
What
Dolph Ziggler doesn't go here no more.
In the words of MJF. Okay.
I mean, Brian makes a good point. Like, if Okada and maybe Mercedes go to AEW, in spite of all the Punk fallout, it would be a coup. But it would also put Tony's ass on the sun. It would force him to book so much better. At this point, you need to book so much better.
Man, I don't think Tony can afford Mercedes at this point.
I don't know if he can. I mean, he got a lot of money, but I don't know if he can.
I mean, technically, he probably could. I don't mean money. I mean the locker room.
All I know is that this man should go ahead and freelance and be adventurous. Heck, I don't even mind him being in the Royal Rumble. Come for God's sake, shit. Might as well have him been a part of the Rumble. I don't mind this man going anywhere to at least close his chapter out correctly. He's able to say that he was here, that he was there, that he was over there. I wouldn't mind that. For him to stay somewhere stabilized, I don't see it at the moment. It's hard for me unless TKO is able to deliver that money, then maybe so. But at this point, I mean, we don't know what direction they're gonna. It's a tough one.
I mean, I don't know what TKO would request of him to sign a contract, but I do know there have been other talents, whether it was Pete Dunne or Walter or whoever, that they would bring in and they would work NXT shows and they would do whatever, and they would say, if you want the big deal, come here.
I mean, Okada
move, pack your shit, move here, and then you can come to the main roster. And obviously it's worked out pretty well for old Walter. Maybe not so well for Pete Dunne, but it's worked out at least for Walter. But they required both of them, everybody, even Shinsuke. Oh, you wanna be in WWE? Move here.
I mean, honestly, Okada Walter would be kind of really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to wait to see how they're gonna book it, because at this point we gotta have to see what Okada's intentions are, or what's going to be his adventure, what he wants to do.
That's you know what, De Niro? Outside of maybe a few matches at World's End, I agree. Like, AEW has had some great booking since the Continental Classic. He says Okada to AEW. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind him being a journeyman and just, like, was said, chasing someone like Nick Nemeth all over promotions or do whatever. I don't have faith in WWE signing him and letting him be him. Because even Shinsuke had a change. And Shinsuke was an international phenomenon when he came to NXT, and even he had to change his shit up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait to see how this is gonna turn out to be. I mean, we'll see. Right now, like I said, the free agency market is all over because we still got another one here. We got a lot of names here that I really want to know what's going to happen on this one. So, I mean, where did it go? Where did it go?
Where did they go? We want to know. My chat at. Where do they go? Where do they go?
We're gonna have to
God,
we're bad. We got to do karaoke night. We got to do that.
Why didn't we ever do a karaoke night? Damn it, can't we do this too?
I think we will. I think we should.
Every night is open mic night on the Debate Network, folks.
Always. But this is going to be interesting because Julia, we already know that she's going to be probably heading into WWE. If she does, that's something that is we don't even know if it's going to happen. I'm excited for her that does happen. Camille hasn't announced anything as of yet. She's still we don't know where her direction is.
I mean, I had heard some stuff about Mercedes possibly going back to WWE, but nothing's happened.
And we still got the Grizzled Young veterans who are now free agent. We still haven't even where they just had a performance on TNA. They did a great.
Was I that blinded? Was I that blinded by Hammerstone? Weren't the Grizzled Young vets that hard to kill too?
Yeah, they were there. They were in a tag team.
It was an amazing pay-per-view, but that match just fucked me all up. I apologize, guys. It was Grizzled Young vets and the Rascals. Yeah, amazing match too.
And then also have Hammerstone, who's another one who's a free agent. We don't know where. And Trinity, who is finishing her dates with TNA. We don't know if she's going to stay or not. I said it on Get Your Podcast on Tuesday. I think she should stay. I don't think she'd go anywhere, but because she can help develop that women's roster.
I'm with you on that.
The face of that roster. If Gail Kim did it, Mickie James did it, and right now Jordan Grace is doing it. Deonna Purrazzo did it.
Yeah.
Why not Trinity could stay and still could help develop that women's roster for TNA? That's the one thing. So
he's loving karaoke night.
Yeah, brother.
Thank you. We try. It's joyful noise. It's not really singing.
If I may interject, Trinity gone. Trinity gone.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm vibing on this one. See, hit the debate of the week. No, I'm kidding.
I think Trinity is gone. Trinity did the one thing no one saw, but everybody knew. Trinity was a main eventer and acted like it and became that at TNA. Like, legitimately, I've enjoyed her matches a lot more in TNA than I have in WWE.
I agree with you 100% on that, but at the same time, I feel like Trinity kind of falls into the same category that Nick Nemeth does. Like, she could go any place else and be a top contender, be a main eventer, be a champion. But if she goes to WWE, she's going to be back in Blacklight, twerking and getting beaten by people who just showed up 3 weeks ago and got 10 days experience.
I ain't gonna lie to you, but here's the thing though. Remember, they tried that bullshit, and that's why she left. So.
And I agree with Ivan. I think she's come a long way in TNA. I think TNA has been good to her, and I think it's the perfect place for her to stay and be a part of a fantastic women's division. And not only that, maybe regain the championship at some point, do whatever, but it feels like she has made a home there. And if she can't really be a champion in WWE, and she can't really go anyplace else, because women's divisions and other promotions are either non-existent or just kind of take a back seat.
Go ahead, just call them trash. They've been treated like trash. Yeah,
they have. I mean, no offense. I don't know if we're going to talk about it, but when you put what should have been a dark match between two amazing tag teams coming back from injury on a Wednesday night live broadcast and not another women's match, that speaks volumes as to what you think and where you think the women's division belongs.
Facts.
I love Private Party. I love Top Flight. They had no business being on national TV.
No, I mean
Mark Quinn looked like me trying to get back in a ring. He could barely fucking move.
Yeah, I remember we had a conversation on a thread about like, dear God, please don't let them get hurt again. That was what we were worried about.
Yeah, exactly. And it would have been the perfect spot. Let's take this out. Let's put another women's match in. We got all these talented women in the back. Let's let these guys just have a dark match. Get the juices flowing again. Knock the rust off, and then we'll put them on national TV.
Put them bitches on Collision. Put them bitches on Collision. Don't nobody watch it anyway.
Just throw them on Rampage. Nobody watches that anyway.
Exactly. Exactly.
And Tony, this is why you're bullshit, by the way. But that's not. But I'm going to digress because I'm getting way off track. I think Trinity has found a home in Impact. She's been good to them. They've been good to her. They have done some good things together. I think they have more that they could do if she was willing to re-sign. So I think that is the perfect spot for her right now. Maybe when AEW gets their head out of their ass and realizes we got a bunch of women here that we could be utilizing the shit out of, instead of putting on these whack-ass matches that people basically go take a shit during because they don't give a fuck about them, then and only then could I see somebody like Trinity moving on. But right now, the Knockouts division has always been an amazing fucking division. Like I haven't talked about Gail Kim grew, then Mickey James took over, and all of it's never really had a down spot. Even though Tessa turned out to be a piece of shit, she was great for that Knockouts division and then won a fucking world title. She turned out to be a piece of shit. That's not Impact's fault.
No.
Impact pushes female wrestling almost as good, if not better, than WWE. Hence why Trinity was a great fit and should resign.
As a side note, truth be told, Gail Kim, Awesome Kong still goes down as one of my favorite rivalries. And honestly,
that would be cool too, Temple.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yes, it would be. Honestly, seeing Trinity and seeing, like, I agree, having her stay with TNA would be great. With the new TNA shift, someone like Trinity, like just Trinity in general, like not even as a champion, but Trinity's presence makes them better already. Like, the locker room feels like it when you see the women in the back. I mean, granted, it's like side note stuff, but honestly, when you watch the back, there is a certain sense of extra pride with her being there because she does a really good job of like either hyping up someone or doing a good, decent mic run.
I feel like when it comes to TNA, Trinity and at least the Grizzled Young Vets are a perfect fit.
I'm glad the Grizzled Young Vets landed somewhere. Like I really am. I'm
just glad they're the Grizzled Young Veterans again. Like that right here.
Honestly, I was very excited to see them land somewhere. Because I was really bummed.
The Dyad or whatever the hell they were. Grizzled Young Vets for life.
The funny thing about them was I was sad to see them go because honestly, it felt like they hadn't even began to touch where they were going to go. Like that's how much I love them. And you could probably argue they're a little bit kooky, just with the whole Grizzled Young Veterans thing. But you're sitting there going, "Okay, I'm good with this. This is y'all smash mouth. I'm good with you."
If we're just running through some of these, I will say I think Mercedes had a good thing going in Japan before she got injured, and I think maybe she should pick that back up. Maybe work a Forbidden Door and just see where things go. I don't know, because like you said about Okada, she's been more freelance since leaving WWE. Things have gone very well for her until she got hurt. So maybe she needs to pick that back up. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like maybe Camille could work out in WWE. Like she'd have to go to NXT first a little bit, like get the style down, do whatever. But could you imagine her like standing nose to nose with Rhea Ripley?
I mean, first of all, she has a shit ton of baggage.
Well, yeah.
Her husband.
So does Mercedes, though.
Well, Mercedes is just contract stuff. Keep in mind
and attitude. Let's be real.
Their attitude. I mean, y'all knew that going in. That's like being mad at a lion for roaring at you when you know it's coming. Don't be mad. You knew who she was when you hired her.
She ain't a lion. She's like the female CM Punk, and we're all bitching about CM Punk, but we're like, oh, Mercedes. Well, that's just how she is. How the fuck?
No. But here's the thing, though. Mercedes at least.
No, I'm an equal opportunity basher. If you're gonna be a douchebag as a man and a douchebag as a woman, I'm gonna call you a damn douchebag.
Wait, what? No, wait, hold on. Okay, well, all right, we just got sidetracked really quick. So here's the thing: is she a douchebag or is she just a hard negotiator? There's a difference. No one in the locker room has ever had any. Well, not including Charlotte.
But that's not true.
No,
you know
no.
Many reports there were at WWE that she was having problems with A, B, and C, or she copped that attitude with this person in the back, or whatever the fuck. The woman has had an attitude.
The
okay?
the only attitude she had.
Oh, time out. Hang on, I gotta warm up the rebuilt knee. Your Grace. The Queen of Philly has graced us with her presence. Oh my God. I'm genuinely sorry about the Cowboys. Not that my Eagles did any better. I love you, JD. It was a crazy week. It's been a crazy year for me so far. It's so good to see you. Now we can resume time.
So honestly, other than Charlotte, she didn't really have any real beef. Her and Bianca were cool. Her and Becky were cool. So truth be told, the only people who really had a problem with her are people who are doing shitty booking with her, and she brought it up with them. Unlike Punk, who's just mad at everybody.
Okay, I mean it's a small difference, but it's like Punk is Punk is a larger douchebag than Mercedes. They're still douchebags. They're in the same aisle at the grocery store, man.
I'm still trying to figure out what Mercedes like pretty much protecting her brand and not saying don't feel free to screw me, no pun intended, makes her.
And also, I know we're going all over the place. The chat is giving me ADD, but I agree, Temple. I think Julia in NXT would be an amazing fit.
Yes.
I know I said like, oh, these Japanese stars, they'll throw them in NXT, but I think with Julia, it's a little different to say Shinsuke or Okada or that kind of thing. Like she could use some rounding out and getting used to wrestling in the United States. So that was going to be my landing spot for her. So I'm glad you brought that up. Matt Riddle can go home. Fuck him. Fuck everybody like him. Except for Jim Brewer and Half Baked. That guy's hilarious. But Matt Riddle can go home, and then I'm sorry, I need a minute because Hammer. That's my spirit animal, and I love that dude. I loved him in Impact. If he wanted to stay there, that would be great. I think maybe Temple brought it up too that if he were to go to AEW when say MJF comes back.
I mean,
if MJF's response to the Undisputed Kingdom, I almost called them the United Kingdom. Maybe I was thinking about PETA again. I don't know. But if his response to them having a clique is I'm bringing back the Dynasty, I would lose my fucking mind. I don't know about y'all, but I love that clique together. They were fucking electric. And maybe you could add somebody. Maybe you could add like Sean Spears or something like that just to even out the numbers. But that would be cool. Otherwise, I would love to see him in Impact. I think him versus Moose for the TNA title would be amazing. Not because of Moose, obviously, because I think he's a.
I mean, say what you will. I see him against like.
He's another one of those guys. I don't chant Moose. I go douche.
I mean, here's the thing. With him you do Hammerstone versus Macklin, which would be fun to watch.
Even that. But like just those two big dudes slapping man meat. And like Moose is a very athletic guy. Hammerstone is probably 10 times as athletic, so they could pull some crazy shit and just have a tremendous match. I would not mind that at all. It would. No offense, George. Please don't take this the wrong way, but it would be a huge step up from MLW.
Truth be told, at this point, everything's a huge step up from MLW.
Everything. Sitting on the couch next to me is a huge step up from MLW.
Apologies to MLW.
And I say that with pain in my heart because I have a lot of love for MLW.
Those
motherfuckers pull some great shit. But lately, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's another story for another day.
When they had Selena, they were like real close. They were really close to pulling that Lucha Underground moves.
Oh yeah, when they had Azteca Underground jumping off and everything, I was so excited that it all just kind of went.
Mhm.
Oh,
I think,
man.
I think it's just like you said, they just ran out of speed. And
I could hear that. I could hear that Price is Right losing music that Ivan played earlier. It's like as things went downhill, just.
So, I think, so are we on board to saying that Trinity should probably stay with TNA?
I think so. Yes.
I think she should. I don't think she should go anywhere. I feel like that's where I think she's able to get her career going. Either that or do something that Monet couldn't do because of her injury. You know, that kind of backed her up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Freelance, go to Stardom, go to AAA, do all of those. You know what she's done.
Do all that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I forgot who posted it, but her visiting TNA, Mercedes visiting TNA.
Oh yeah, her and Bailey, because they were there.
It might have been Temple again, because I'm tired. I'm losing track of the comments. I apologize, chat. But I think he said it would be kind of cool if Mercedes and Trinity got together and went after the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. I'd be down for that.
Oh, I thought it was just them. I'd actually be happy to see those two go against each other.
Even if they went again, that'd be cool too. Like there are so many options for those two, and maybe it's just me. But I feel like the options they have, WWE is not top of the list for either one of them.
I mean, I can understand why you would. I can understand the belief.
I just don't.
I mean, truth be told, Trinity seems happy.
Sorry, I just saw Brother De Niro's comment. Breaking news: me moving to Jersey is a step up from MLW. Facts.
I will say this though: the big thing that's happening is Trinity does seem happier at TNA.
She does.
She does. She does really.
She seems happier. She seems more important there.
And I think at this point, for a lot of these folks, I should say, it's about them being happy.
And by the way, JD, I could say the same thing about my team. So I feel you. We're right here. I could take a minute.
Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, I think Nemeth, Mercedes, Trinity, they all seem really happy where they are, right? Even Cardona, they all seem really happy in the position they put themselves in.
Yeah. And we all just said it feels like TNA is on the come up.
Yeah.
And so I think, and I don't know shit from Shinola, this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
I think for people like Nick Nemeth or Mercedes or Trinity or whatever, I think you would rather be in that spot where you're in a promotion that's on the come up and trying to do these great, kind of like the people jumping off in AEW, like you were breaking new ground, you were trying new things, you were doing whatever. If you go back to WWE, it's rinse and repeat. I think Snorman said it best. It's like missionary position every fucking time.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not.
But in Impact, man, you got Doggy, you got Reverse Cowgirl. We might even throw a three-way in there. Shit, let's do this.
I saw an interview on Chris Van Vliet about EC3, talking about the entire creative system behind WWE, and he basically said it. They are a specific company with a very specific way that if someone's not careful, for those watching, that's Dom going crazy to say hello to Mrs. Psycho.
I'm trying to say hello. I'm trying to get her to come in, and she's like, no. We could use a female's opinion here.
But I think the big thing is a lot of them, the creative freedom, and these are like, remember, like you said, was it Dolph Nick or whatever you want to call Nemeth, has been wrestling
Nick
for
Nemeth.
15 years. Been 15 years, and he finally has
minimum
once. He's got 15 years, and he's got freedom now to do whatever he wants as a wrestler with all the experience and all the skills WWE for him.
There you go. How about this, just the TNA sex division?
That looks messy.
That does look.
I'm
messy.
down.
Oh yeah,
I am signing with the TNA sex division tomorrow.
we left that in the Attitude Era, sir, in ECW.
Not really. If you go back to the original TNA, remember when Vince Russo came in and started
right.
to click? What was the click's name? Sex. It wouldn't even be the first time they had sex in TNA.
You're really going to use your barometer for success is really going to be Vince Russo?
No, I was just citing it as an example. I was just saying it would not even be the first time they use sex in TNA.
If you go with that argument, then you are correct, sir.
And if I continue to say that, we're gonna have to move to Pornhub, so we should move on. I don't want to be in competition with Ritter and smacking it raw and all that shit. I don't want to do that.
I feel like
in the words of AJ Styles, the sex community.
And speaking of that community, so ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you join us for all SoCal Pro Wrestling fans.
Oh yes,
Make sure you guys join us next Saturday. I'll play it for you. That's right, folks.
Yes.
For everybody, Southern California fans out there, come next Saturday as we'll be co-hosting with Top Rope Wrestling Talk. We'll be co-hosting. Of course, I'll be representing them as we'll be having the watch along at Pacific Plate Brewery in Monrovia, California. It's not
Yeah.
far from, right?
Come
along. No cover charge, folks. Come along, have some drinks, have some food. Come and watch it, the big screen, the Royal Rumble right there alongside. We will be having a watch along here, how we did this for, of course, War Games.
I'm sure Ivan will be on location at the
I'll be on
beautiful
location.
Pacific Plate Brewery. We, by we, I mean probably me and Pepsi Phil and maybe a crew of others will be live here and getting look-ins from the party. If you remember Survivor Series, that shit was on and popping there. I was jealous. Every time I see the commercials where they're putting the beer on the bar, I just want to be like, especially right now because I'm out.
I'll cross my fingers that between 1 and 30, Hornswoggle shows up.
Like leprechaun costume, shillelagh and everything.
Exactly. or as tiny AJ Styles.
I got that would be cool. That'd be cool too. Style swoggle. But I gotta say, Pepsi Phil, that is the most unshocking thing you have ever said in the entire time we've been doing this.
WWE needs to stop being a coward and bring that man back.
Bring back the swag. You don't need swag, you need swag.
But another thing as well, folks, because don't go anywhere because tune in right after this because we're gonna have to close it out here. But don't forget, for all you MMA fans here on the Debate Network, it's back, the new season. I'll play it for you. That's right, folks. The director, Chris Kennedy, will be live in a few moments as he will be going live as him and Coach Rage. They will be giving the predictions for tomorrow's UFC 297 Strickland versus Duplessis.
I don't have my clips, but I will say in about a half an hour, it's time.
Yep, and he's already telling me it's time for that. So it is that time, folks. So
oh shit! I thought he was going on in half an hour. My bad.
Yeah,
we're going now. We're leaving.
We're going now. Yeah, they're going now. But, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you all for tuning in here today with us. And don't go anywhere. You're gonna be here on this debate.
Just flip
over. Flip over, and you'll go right over, and then you already know, baby. They'll be going live. Of course, the director himself, and of course, Coach Rage.
Coach Rage.
We appreciate you all for tuning in today. This fantastic show.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Temple, JD, Just, Brian, everybody in the chat. We love you.
Shout out the great value timeless Tony Store.
That's right. That is right.
Ash, whatever the fuck her name is.
Let her be great.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen,
do something great.
We tell you guys we're out.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, the host is what I see, the notorious one, DOM, and Mr. Of course, Mussolini.
Hey, Kennedy.
He's called
fucking Pepsi.
Breathe it in. Breathe it in.
Drink it in, man.
Drink it in, man. But we're telling all of you guys, au revoir.
Everyone,
We'll be back next week. We'll be back next week. Don't go anywhere. Title Fight podcast is up next, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Stay right here, tune right in. Tell them we sent you.
That is right. So here we
enjoy
go.
wrestling. If it's not your cup of tea, let somebody else drink it.
That's right. And of course, we don't just podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
We make history.
Every damn time.
Must bid you adieu, a goodbye, mwah, and good night. Oh my God, it's so great. Bang!